There is another place where we also want to work with a form that allows us to edit the posts. And that is here under admin dynamic post ID. Here I want to read and edit posts, and that of course means I can simply load the post into my post form. So in that component here, I'll create a template with some div that could be admin post page. So that could be the CSS class, I mean. And now I want to have my update form in there. So I will add a section which says update form. And in there, I want to basically have the same form as in the new post component and page. I just want to maybe change the caption of the save button, but even that would be optional. One big difference, of course, is that I want to load a post into the form, which should be edited. But there are ways to achieve this. So let's create a new component in the components folder, maybe under a new folder named admin, where admin related components should go. And in there, I will add a admin post form.view file. The name is up to you as always, but in this file, I want to store this form code we created in the last lecture. So I'll add a template here, and now I will just go to the index.view file in the new post folder and grab the entire form from there, cut it out, and now move it into the admin post form template, just like that. Now, of course, we also need to bring the methods that handle saving and canceling. So let's go back to the index.view file. We will also, we will also need the imports. So essentially, I can just copy the entire script section from the index.view file to my admin post form, just like that, here. With that, we can go back to the index.view file in the new post file and adjust our imports. We only need one import, which now points to admin post form, so to the new component we just created, which you can find under admin post form. So the path is components, admin, and then admin post form. I only need to register this in my components here then. And I actually don't need the data anymore for now, so I'll get rid of my data property here. I also don't need the methods in this file anymore, at least not right now, because we are having them in the admin post form. And now I can just include admin post form like this. With this change in place, we can go to the dynamic route here, admin post ID, where I also want to use that. Add a script section so that I can import admin post form from add components admin post form and register it here in the components property object. So here. And now just include it in this section, admin post form, just like that. Now, as I said, the one difference will be that here we want to load a post into this form. So therefore, I'll actually add my data method to this view component here, data, return an object, and in there, let's say we have a loaded post, and we will later, of course, also dynamically fetch that from a server. Now that loaded post should be the post I wanna, edit. For that, let's provide a JavaScript object where we have an author. I'll enter my name here. Feel free to use yours, of course. A title like my awesome post. The content, which is super amazing. Thanks for that. And then the thumbnail link, which can be the default link we use in all the other pages too, so which we can find in our post list. Therefore, of course, you can pick a different link though. So I will enter this as a thumbnail link, so in the string here. And with that, we get a loaded post. Now the admin post form, our reusable form component, should simply accept this. So to do that, I'll bind a post property here to my loaded post. That, of course, requires some adjustments in the admin post form because by default it doesn't accept this. It doesn't know what to do with that. So let's go to the admin post form here. And in there, let's now accept some props. So I will go to my JavaScript object here and add my props key so that I can register props we can work with. And there I could have my post object, where the type should be object, which is not required though, and therefore set to false. Now the only thing I want to do is I want to initialize my data with that post object we might get from the outside, if it is available. So edited post will actually check if this post is truish, so if it is there, if it is an object, in which case I want to create a new object which is based on the incoming object, and for that I can use the spread operator, which will just pull out all the properties of the bound posts of the object we're receiving and pass them into a new object. Otherwise, I will bind this to a default object, which can be the default object we had before. So let's restructure this. This is the else case after the colon. The case if we have a post is that I pull it out like this with the spread operator. And this is just using a ternary expression where this is our condition we check. This is the case or the code we execute if the condition is true. So if we got a post, and if we got none, then we'll initialize everything with this default object. Now with that in place, let's go back to our application, to the admin area. Let's create a post. Nice. And let's now ensure that we also can edit a post by clicking on it. The problem just is, right now if we click on a post, we go to the single post page for every user. Now we need to go to admin/post ID if we are an admin, and we can simply enable this by going to post list, to the post list component in the posts folder, in the components folder, and by adding a property here. So props is admin would be a fitting name, and here the type is a boolean because it should be true or false, and the default is false. If it is true, however, so if we set this, then I want to adjust my links. Now the links are not in this component but in the post preview component, so what I will do is I will simply pass this information down. I'll add isAdmin equal to isAdmin. And if you're wondering where this dash is coming from, this is an alternative syntax Vue automatically gives you. If your property is isAdmin in camel case, you can also bind it by adding a dash between the different words. And it is recommended that you use this approach. That is what you find in the official Vue style guide. But back to what we're doing. I'm just passing down the isAdmin information to post preview. So I will also add it as a prop here. IsAdmin also is a boolean here, and here it actually is required. We can require it here. Let's set this to true, because we're always passing the information from the post list, because we have a default value there, which is false. So post preview gets the information, and now that adjusts our link here. I will calculate the link with a computed property. So I will add computed, the normal Vue computed property feature. And there I want to have my post link computed property, which returns the link we want to go to. And here I check if this isAdmin is true, in which case we return /admin/this ID. Otherwise we return /posts plus this ID. And post link is what I will now use in my template here in the to section. With that, if we save everything, we can go back to our admin index page where we have that list of posts. And I simply pass isAdmin like this, which will set it to true. Now if I save this and reload my admin posts list, and I click on a post, we actually go to the post form with the posts pre-filled into it. If I'm on the blog though, and I click on a post, I'm on the single blog post page and not in the admin area. So that is already a great improvement. With that, all I want to do is just add some styling to my new post and my edit post, so the post ID pages, by adding the style section and scoping it. And then in there, in the new post index.vue file, I provided two styles attached to this video which you can add, these here. And then in the post ID page here, I also provide certain styles you can add, this style block here. Now all that does is really restrict the width so that if we edit a post, this looks nicer now here. And with that, we're almost done. There is more we can do though, especially here in the admin area. Let's take a closer look at what this is in the next lecture.